Hello folks, and welcome back to Review Time. Now that we have finally finished up the epic fictional rap battles quadrilogy, we can now return to the more well-known rap battle parody creators. We're going to be looking at epic rap battle parodies once again, as I've been suddenly getting requests to look at a specific battle of theirs for a couple of weeks now. I'm not sure what exactly brought people on here to request this video, but hey, if it's what the majority wants, it's what the majority will get. So today, we will be looking at ERBP's Shigeru Miyamoto, the proclaimed father of Nintendo, responsible for IPs such as Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda, versus Gabe Newell, the man responsible for creating one of the most popular video game marketplaces on the internet, Steam. It's been a while actually since I saw this battle, so it'll be nice to review it upon retrospect and see how it holds up. Oh my god, can somebody turn up the brightness? It looks like the light bulb in your room is burning out. Well, I can barely make out the background thanks to Gabe in the text, so we'll go back to that later. But let's take a look at Gabe himself. I guess this is about as good of a costume as you can make with what you have, but I can tell you have a pillow tucked under your shirt. And it's probably not big enough either, as in certain shots, Gabe will look flat around the hips as if all the weight just up and vanished on one side of his body. Also, Justin's camera is, a little out of focus. Seriously, look how bad this is. Holy fuck, I can't even make a joke about this green screen. This is just awful. He looks like he's blending into the building. Speaking of the building, why did they take a JPEG of the Nintendo HQ and slap a Mario sky behind it for Miyamoto, but Gabe's background is almost entirely rendered in Cinema 4D? Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that to rendered. Again, we'll go back to this later on. And I'm sorry, but Bilo isn't doing it for me as Miyamoto. I know you didn't have other options for actors, but in that case, you should have waited a while before doing this battle. Whatever costume I can't see from this garbage keying, it is fine enough given how Miyamoto usually dresses, although I think a red shirt would have been a better choice than blue. So not many complaints there, but now we're gonna listen to his audio and just hear this shit.
It's game time, son. Best not hear you far cry. Why don't you make a good game and put down the grind? Let's go like Mario. Well, fanboys think I'm awesome. You're 6 years like your game. They will never see a threesome.
That is horrible. Bilo's not even attempting a Japanese accent. It sounds more like someone thinking how Japanese people talk in English because they watched a badly voice acted anime from 1945, as made evident with this mic quality that makes him sound like he's speaking out of old comms equipment from World War II.
It's game time, son. Best not hear you far cry.
And I'm just gonna throw out this counter right away because you had to be naive to think that they won't throw in a bunch of video game names into the pot for no reason other than to clarify that, yes, they do know what Nintendo and Valve are known for.
Why don't you make a good game and put down the grind?
But I'm not throwing a counter for these jokes because, quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of them. I'm not opposed to making fat jokes, mind you, but they sure love abusing the hell out of it in this series. It gets tiring really quick.
Let's go like Mario.
Why that wasn't your first name drop and you instead went with a Far Cry drop of all things, I will never know. It's Mario, for God's sakes. That should be the first priority.
Let's go like Mario. Valve fanboys think I'm awesome.
Because God forbid two fandoms can like both companies. We should be glad they didn't attempt to make a PlayStation versus Xbox battle.
You're 6 years like your game. They will never see a threesome.
Okay, as much as I've grown exhausted from these poor sex jokes, that one was actually good.
My eyes, baby, squinted, but you're losing from what I can see.
But that one was not? What the hell, guys? That was so unnecessary.
My eyes, baby, squinted, but you're losing from what I can see.
Or maybe it's the fly you spotted in your room in that split second, but okay, whatever you say.
I'm so rich off this shit.
Yet you can't afford a good camera that runs on the correct frame rate. Even when watching this video in 60 frames per second, this does not fix the problem at all.
I'm so rich off this shit, I have my own damn Monopoly.
Monopoly, the game that ruins family gatherings. and memes.
Don't bother to give me, you're a tick-tock clock tick.
Okay, random reference to one of the Super Mario 64 levels. I guess I'll count that.
Your games are so boring, I'd rather play Cookie Clicker.
Neither this or Far Cry is from Nintendo or Valve. What are these games doing here?
You're so flat and slow, everything you do gets delayed.
Alright, I'll bite my tongue. That was a fat joke that actually was relevant to Gabe's character. And he's right too. When the fuck is Left 4 Dead 3 getting released? I'm getting impatient, Gabe. And let's not talk about Back 4 Blood.
The man on meme pictures isn't half the size of your waist.
Okay, you had that line for a second, and then you blew it with another lazy fat joke. I feel like I'm going in circles with these guys.
You walk right into your doom.
That's Bethesda. Now Microsoft. But I'll let this one pass since Doom actually played a role in the creation of Half-Life.
It will take more than luck. Your game was hurt in your eyes, well, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know what this fuck part is referencing, but come on, Shigeru. The one time he's being nice to you and that's how you repay him? Ungrateful bastard.
Let me explain the true meaning.
Okay, now let's talk about this background. So when I said this was rendered, well, I meant that very loosely, because what even is this supposed to be? It looks like if AI tried generating a back room and gave up afterwards. What is even going on with the texture of this glass screen? I seriously can't figure out what this part is supposed to be. And lastly, look how they slapped a Valve onto the background for no reason other than that's what Valve is known for. And look at this too, the Valve shadow is being casted to the left side, but Gabe's shadow is casting behind him still. Physics, what is that?
Let me explain the true meaning behind your little wee.
You know what I just realized? In this close-up shot, the background is blurred, as it should be, but there's a harsh shadow casting behind Gabe. It's as if he's not standing inside the room, but behind a screen that's projecting the room. I don't know why Xander made it like this, but it looks really off.
Let me explain the true meaning behind your little wee.
Oh, let me guess. It's gonna be a dick joke?
Winning is impossible.
Oh, well, I guess that works too.
Winning is impossible.
Okay, you see what I mean about the shadow casting directly behind or in front of Gabe here in these close-up shots? It doesn't look like he's actually talking to Miyamoto, but rather he's talking right in front of a TV screen. Let me ask you one thing, Miyamoto. If delayed games are forever good, then how the hell do you explain Redfall and Lord of the Rings Gollum? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Winning is impossible when rapping against me.
Hey, back up, senor. We're not that close.
Think you're in heaven's hands, up with the stars?
Well, he is the father of gaming, so maybe he is.
I'm surprised that terrible graphics could get you that far.
We're really gonna pull the Nintendo graphics are bad spiel. Gabe, have you seen what Steam Publisher shit out every day? Like you're one to talk.
I'll chop you in half, just like my Steam game prices. Counter-strike you with rhyme.
And another one.
Counter-strike you with rhyme. Crush you like your handheld device.
Oh my god, his breath smell awful. You should get yourself some Listerine at your local Walmart for just $5.99.
You and GameCube, I'd rather play a PlayStation.
Again with these POV shots that I hate and make absolutely no sense whatsoever. This perspective makes it look like your eyes are on your chest.
Crushing your Super Smash Ball as I score a domination.
Wow, that was a terrible edit. None of those shots even remotely lined up with each other.
You just lost the console war.
Gabe? Your pillow is showing.
You have no chance in this fight.
Redundancy of redundancy.
You're a mistake like those Let's Play copyright strikes.
First off, back away from the mic, it's getting blown out. And second, yeah, I like you Nintendo, but Jesus Christ, you people have a problem with consumer friendliness.
I've seen better graphics.
Oh wow, I guess he really was standing behind a projector.
I've seen better graphics on an old Tamagotchi.
Didn't we already do this?
Prepare to die, Shiggy, just like Hiroshi Yamachi.
Wow, just months after the dude passed away? That's really shitty, ERBP.
Oh please, I bet you house I throw a spore in your wickedness.
I bet he does, given he even owns Super Mario 64. You make it as if Nintendo was his kryptonite.
Let's turn off the valve, it's Mario time, bitch!
No, I won't add Mario again to the counter, but what was that transition? Oh, so seamless.
Let's turn off the valve, it's Mario time, bitch!
Fuck you, audio mixer. Oh, what a surprise. Matthew was playing Mario, and he has those stupid suspenders on his shirt because he once again couldn't afford overalls. But that's not him voicing Mario this time, but instead it's video game rap battles. And, yeah, I never want to hear Cam as Mario again because he sounds arguably more ridiculous than Matthew did. Jesus, if this is what Gabe meant by terrible graphics, then I need to apologize to him. Because this looks like bootleg PS2 video game. And why did they give Mario real clouds, but Miyamoto was given the Mario sky from the NES games? A little bit backwards, don't you think? Nintendo was a card company before gaming? Well, you learned something new. Cut my life into a pieces. This is my final one-up. What kind of mascot's a plumber with tape on his shirt? Also, nice Valve PNG that somehow looks better than the rendered Valve in the background. You mean the year of Nintendo's biggest financial loss in history? Why are you bringing this up? You're dissing your own company.
Medic! Come and get my rhyme blue retard!
Ah, screw it, why not?
Time to change classes, show this loser who we are!
Fuck you, audio mixer! What the hell happened to Cam's green screen? It's so dark, I need to put another brightness filter on. Were you filming when it was getting dark in your area? Cause if that's the case, here's a little bit of advice for you. Film on another day. Jesus, everybody wants to kill each other, huh? Why don't we just give everybody guns and let them do, I don't know, fucking Call of Duty shit? Don't you have to button mash when shooting weapons? Hypocrite. Oh, fuck you for that. Hey, Mamma Mia, where's my head at? Random freeze frame shot. Probably not the best person to do that when their green screen looks like they're being consumed by dark matter. And yeah, that's a Mario Galaxy reference because why not?
You have no internal power, yet you think you're a master.
2 for 1? You shouldn't have.
I'll flame you up, Goomba stomp and shoot my into disaster.
Can you kill the fly on your wall already so you're not constantly looking away from the camera?
Prepare to wither and die like the great Deku tree.
This is their only Zelda reference in this entire battle, but they'll mention Far Cry? Man, Link got shafted hard.
TF2 was so awful, you had to make it free.
And that's a bad thing? I mean, it may not be good for their business, but that's where the marketplace comes in.
It's taken me a while to make Half-Life 3, yes?
It's 2023 now, and there still isn't a Half-Life 3. But at least we got Hunt Down the Freeman.
You fucked up my face.
And also Half-Life Alyx, but who cares about VR?
But at least I'm not trying to sell a failed 2DS.
Oh, there was a 2DS? And it was just a DS, but the screen doesn't open or close? Man, 2013 was not a good year for Nintendo, was it?
You even said yourself, delayed games are eventually better.
That's true, he did say that, and props for pointing that out. But let's be real here, you didn't even so much as make a line of code for any third installment of your games. So in your case, it's cancelled games, not delayed.
But in your case, they'll all be bad forever.
That was the oddest intro I've ever seen. Gabe looking awkward after finishing his line proceeds to disappear and the background begins to spin around. You can't make this more, cause why not, even if you tried. Well, that was Gabe Newell versus Shigeru Miyamoto. In spite of my reaction towards the writing in a few areas, I can't say this was terribly written. Some lines actually did work, and despite me being utterly tired of sex and fat jokes, there were some that actually were effective relating to the opponents. But it does rely too much on references that are merely there to say, hey look, it's a Nintendo and Valve property. The audio mixing can once again go fuck itself. Seriously, why were the boom effects so damn loud? Belo's mic was awful, and Justin's mic clearly had no pop filter, as you can hear the popping whenever he pronounces his B's and P's. Aside from a couple of iffy bits, the editing is alright, but the visuals vary from okay to oh god. Shigeru's green screen looked like shit. Gabe's background looked like it was barely slapped together, Mario's background looked like an out of bounds area in a Smash Bros. Map, and Scout's green screen looks atrocious, which is mind-boggling given Cam's green screen work is usually really good. Also, I can't stress this enough, but this battle was way too dark. It's nearly impossible to see Shigeru or Scout in certain shots, and the whole thing looks like your computer monitor is on 2- brightness. The saving grace this battle had was its lyrics, like I said, but if the visuals were better and the audio was mixed properly, I'd probably give it a higher score. But with how it ended up, I have no choice but to give Gabe Newell vs Shigeru Miyamoto an overall rating of 5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I'ma go in to play some Mario. Woohoo!